Kyle, we're launching a Patreon, aren't we?
We are launching a Patreon to upgrade our hosting and our equipment so that we can make the podcast a better experience for our listeners.
Yeah, because right now we're talking all kind of loud into my laptop from across a kitchen table, and that is not an effective way to sound natural. So we're hoping to get a better microphone and, in addition, other hardware and audio support for our other projects, like your upcoming Let's Play.
Canon Fodder Captain's Log. The progress has started again. What you get with the Patreon will be early access to episode cover art and also a free copy of the Wardens of the Wild novella that Travis is so graciously writing for us.
Where else can you find us, since we're doing the self-plug at the beginning?
Twitter, at Canon Fodder Pod. You can find us on Facebook, Canon Fodder Podcast. YouTube, Canon Fodder Podcast.
So your support on Patreon helps with the Diecast, it helps with the Canon Fodder Podcast, which is proceeding in a slightly different format, and it's going to help with the Captain's Log and some other stuff that we've got coming down the pipeline. So if you are interested in supporting Canon Fodder content, then consider joining us on Patreon.
Welcome to the Canon Fodder Diecast, episode 21.
Where we left off last time, Leaky had just barged in on Caesarea in the middle of an interrogation of a dragon cultist that she had captured. The dragon cultist had actually attacked Caesarea, but she prevailed in the one-on-one fight. Korri and Leaky are not a part of that because they were off doing different jobs, pretending to be laborers so that Caesarea could kind of work her spy magic. So we're picking up right in the middle of that. Leaky has just barged in on Caesarea, has no idea what's going on. It's going to get dark.
Leaky, look what I found. It attacked me. I beat her unconscious. Aren't you proud?
You survived?
I know. Aren't you proud?
More surprised.
You're a horrible person. Anyway, this is Josie. She was one of the dragon cultists that were in Waterdeep.
Is that her actual name, or are you just making one up for her?
That's what Travis said her name was.
Okay. I was just being...
Leaky has expressed a really interesting and metacognitive point of, like, skepticism.
So, why did you yell for me?
Do you have more questions you want to ask? This lady might have more information about your thrower.
I don't know what you've already asked her.
She doesn't know where the crates, what's in the crates. But she knows that they only go north and they go south. And don't shake your head at me.
They go north and south? Are they magic boxes?
Yes.
My head hurts.
All of a sudden, the woman starts screaming at the top of her lungs, "Help, help, they've got me tied up here, help, help." And you hear the thundering of feet coming running up the stairs. All of a sudden, Bog Luck and his crew bust into your little cell, and they're like, what the heck is going on here?
Nope. I'm going to do a strength check against the door to hold it
Great,
closed.
this is going to go well.
It's pretty much closed.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you force the door shut, and they're like pounding on the door, and they're like, "What's going on in there?" And the woman's still screaming at the top of her lungs.
Shut her up!
Would that be... What would that be?
Meanwhile, while she's...
To stuff something in her mouth.
Nothing. You can just do it.
Okay. I grab, like, the dirty blanket-ish type material that they had on the bed and stuffed it in her mouth.
Gross.
While she's doing that, I go, nothing! Nothing's going on in here!
Like, let us in! Let us in!
No!
Let us in or we'll knock the door down.
That was just a safe word!
Some of them are like, yeah, that makes sense. They have a weird connection, those two. Crowd quiet downs a little bit, but Bog Luck is like, let me in right now.
No?
My gnomes told me that there was a fight. Where's Josie?
Who's Josie?
It's the human woman who always wears that stupid red cloak.
I don't know a Josie.
It's like, well then let me in. What are you trying to hide?
Stuff?
We're naked!
The crowd gets a little smaller. You hear them retreating discreetly.
You don't want to see that dwarf naked!
I'm not there.
Persuasion check of 13 to make them go away so Leaky and I can finish.
Finish what exactly?
I'm trying to convince them to leave.
All of it.
Finish dealing with our issues.
Bog Luck's like, let me in now. Or we're going to call for the axes.
I kind of look at Linky.
I got nothing. I'm just the muscle, you're the brains.
Yeah, that wasn't a very brainy. Clog the door.
I whisper at Leaky, so that way,
Okay.
what's his face outside the door can't hear us.
Okay.
Lock.
That guy. So, she attacked me when I went to go look for the boxes from the Dragon Cult. I know where they are.
Okay.
But if we let her go, she's gonna tell everybody. And she attacked me.
This doesn't solve our current situation.
What do we do with her? Is there a window in here?
Not a window you can fit her through.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Is there any crates or boxes or anything we could stuff her in?
I mean, I guess you could stuff her under the bed.
Hold on, we're getting dressed!
You can hear him just tapping his foot. Like, come on. This is ridiculous.
It
You
takes
just
a while.
got back from work, Lee. That's obscene.
Well, no, you interrupted us!
Open the door or else.
Or else what?
I'm coming in. I don't know what that strange motion you just made was.
It was signaling to Cesaria to put stuffer under the bed.
Oh, okay. I was sure you were going into a mild seizure there for a second.
I'm gonna make sure that, like, the gag is tightly tied around her head so she can't make noise.
This is the second weirdest scene we've ever had.
And then I'm gonna stuff her under the bed and then I'm gonna knock her unconscious so she can't yell.
All right. That'll do.
And then I'm gonna sit on the bed.
Okay. Mikey.
I step away from the door.
Bogluck bangs the door and he comes in and he like puts his hands on his hips and he's like, what on earth were you doing?
Nothing?
Do you really need us to explain?
So like my gnome said that you got into a fight with Josie. Where did she go?
I don't know. I ran off away because she attacked me because I was
The gnome
lost.
said they helped you tie her up.
Yeah, and then I left. I
So
left
where
her
did she
there.
go? The gnome said you carried her up here.
That's helpful. Persuasion check of 6.
He doesn't believe you.
I know.
Like, where did you put her body? Is she alive?
When I left her, she was alive.
Where did you leave her then?
In
We
one
went
of the
from
other
I didn't
cells.
touch her, I ran away, to now I left her in another cell.
I was
Get out,
mildly
get out.
in-
I'm going to search the room.
I was
He starts
mildly
knocking stuff around. He knocks
intoxicated.
over the loot, knocks over Rick's helmet, stomps on the lyrics to the song that will eventually become a platinum hit.
Wow, it sure is a
We should
shame
leave
you guys
him
hate
in
magic
here.
casters.
Leaky, knock him out and leave him in here with her. So we have time to get away.
No.
It's like, move away from the bed, elf.
Leaky runs up behind him and Superman punches him right up the back
Yeah,
of the
I
head.
figured
Runs
that's
off.
You run off. You just donkey punched him in the back of the head and you skidded away before you checked your work.
I'm not trying to knock him out, I'm trying to piss him off.
All right, well, he wheels around and he's like, get back here, you little... And he chases you out onto the parapet.
I run away.
He's old. He hobbles after you and he's like, get that dwarf.
Is there anything to make fire?
Oh god, this is gonna get bad.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got fire making supplies, but I don't know where we're going right now.
Oh god. Oh, what are we doing?
You're
what are
weaving
you
a web
doing?
of lies.
I have a vendetta against these people.
Oh god.
I was gonna be nice and make sure she doesn't bleed to death.
While Leaky is running away from the half-orc, he's thinking, why do I hang out with her?
You just got back from a day of work hauling soap crates. You have no idea what's going on. You barricaded yourself in a room. You trundled, to use your verb, into an interrogation. You donkey punched your supervisor on your first day of work, and now you're running away for your very life. And you have no clue what's happening. You've learned the letter O.
For oh no?
Oh no.
I take one of my knives and I heat it up, so it's very hot.
Okay.
She's still unconscious, right?
Yeah, she's still unconscious.
I cut her tongue and then hold it there so that way she can't talk.
Oh god, we're back to this.
Yes.
I thought we left the torture behind.
No. Not not when it comes to them.
So you've
But
mutilated this woman who's now unconscious for not only because you gave her a concussion, but because you've maimed her. Anything else you want to do before we move on?
Yes, I'm gonna take take her unconsciousness, and I'm gonna drag her to one of the other rooms and lay her on the bed
I'm starting.
and untie her.
I'm starting to wonder if this group is irreconcilable for Korri. Like, Korri is supposed to be honorable, and this is like the opposite of being honorable right now. Maybe I will be rolling a new character by default.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's only these people. I just didn't want her to tell. That's why I made the blade hot, so she wouldn't bleed to death. And then I tucked
Anyway,
her. I ungagged her
The
and tucked
half-orc
her
eventually
in.
gives up chasing you because he's old and he's not going to be able to catch up with your dwarven nimbleness. So he's like, "What on earth happened? Just tell me.
I don't know.
The truth will set you free, you little short person."
Roll a persuasion check. I really don't know. Can I roll it with advantage? Because I honestly don't know what's going on here.
I think so.
It's a 16.
It's one of
That's
those.
enough to convince him that you're legitimately bewildered, but just you got a little overexcited there.
I'm sorry.
One of those few moments that drown shows through. After I tuck her in her own little bed.
Well, he stumps his way back down to your room and flips the bed and finds nothing there. So he's like, "Where is she? Which cell did you leave her in?"
I left her in the one down the hall.
And he makes you show him that room.
I show it in the room.
And
Where
he's
she
like,
is.
"What happened? She's maimed. Who maimed her?"
Say, I took swipes at her whilst running away last night.
Swipes wouldn't cut her tongue out.
Well, it's
He's
not
just
my
like-
fault.
Who cut her tongue out?
That I don't know.
He's bewildered. He doesn't have words. This is so far outside of his site supervisor 2-year degree that he got at Waterdeep Community. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, "You know what? She was me and she cheated at cards. She probably got what was coming to her. So next time, tell the truth."
Fair.
He's like, "And I want you gone by tomorrow." I can't.
Where did you leave the short one?
He doesn't remember.
Okay.
He just covers his face, his hands on his face, and just walks away. I can't even right now, but you're gone tomorrow. You can't stay here.
Okay.
I shouldn't have let these idiots inside.
My
We should have just flung arrows at him and just killed them like we did the last group of lunatics that showed up.
What last group of
He just
lunatics?
stumps his way away.
He's probably not feeling answering any of your questions at this point.
Probably not. I go to find Leaky.
Okay.
Lee's confused, slightly angry.
Korri has no idea what's going on.
We should
He
probably...
comes to you and he's like, "Look, we got someone who's maimed. I think the elf probably cut her tongue out. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to get paid. Can you please come heal her?"
Yeah, I'll go up and heal her.
Okay.
I'm gonna go meet Korri.
So,
You stay away. You get out of here.
So I'm assuming I'll get one more long rest sometime in this
Yes.
set. So, one of my things is I have a healing reservoir of power that can restore up to 35 HP.
That will not grow her tongue back so she can't talk.
No, I'm guessing it won't. So I'm going to, yeah, because it's not a poison or a disease. Yeah, so I'm
I
going
didn't
to
want her
heal her.
telling.
So she is stable.
Okay. She was a cheater at cards.
No, she's not going to be saying anything about it anymore, I guess.
Josie's karaoke days have been cut brutally short.
Cesaria's got her tongue.
Okay. Well, I imagine Korri wants to take a long rest while you guys have the run of the mill of the...
Is it nighttime?
Yes, it is now. We'll advance to the night because it was evening when they came back anyway.
Leaky, we need to go check that locked door where the dragon cultist crates are.
Okay. What are you getting me into now? Am I gonna have to punch somebody in the back of the head again?
Hopefully not. Don't
Leaky's really getting tired of the shenanigans.
Leaky, I'll be good.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going to explain it to Korri.
No. Things happened. I was drunk. This is what happens when you eat a magic mushroom. Anyway. I had a PTSD moment of drown.
Anyway.
Are all the people... I'm assuming all the people are out.
They're up in the kitchens or they're in their individual cells.
So they're not down in the warehousey.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, it's night. Nobody's working right now, except for the stable boys bedding down the horses.
So we can go back. We can. Do we have to sneak past the
Yes,
stable
you
boys
have
again?
to sneak. Yeah,
I'm good.
9.
9 is enough to sneak. It's night.
Okay. So we get up to the
Whose phone is dying?
locked door.
Okay, and it's a sleight of hand check.
Yep. Of 8.
Is not enough with thieves' tools. I guess you can try again. It takes another hour.
Dirty 20.
That's enough to pop the lock. So you've been sitting here tinkering for over an hour, but you pop the lock, and the inside is very dark, but that's okay for you two. You hear a rustling coming from deeper in the room. There's like crates and some stuff stacked up. You can't really see the center of the room. It's not very big, maybe 20 by 15 feet, but you can't see the center because of where the crates are situated.
I'm gonna do perception or a nature check.
A nature check?
No, perception check to
Okay.
see if I can recognize the sound.
Okay.
7. No, 9. Sorry.
That's enough for you to. It sounds almost like mice's feet, maybe, to you. Maybe a little too loud for mice's feet.
I'm gonna do a perception check of 26
Okay.
at the noise.
You found a trapdoor in the middle of the room, and there's some crates that are set over the top of it.
Do you want to check the crates that are in here, or do you want to see what's down the trapdoor, Leaky?
Well, I suppose I gotta pick the boxes up off the trap door.
Quietly close the door that was locked, but leave it unlocked.
Okay. And then what?
We need to quietly move and check these boxes.
Do an investigation check on the boxes.
Okay.
11.
There's nothing of obvious interest in this particular box, or in the ones that you search. So if there's anything really valuable being stored here, like Josie told you, it's apparently not in the room anymore. Which is curious, because you don't know where else it would have been shipped. Must have gone out some other way.
Do an investigation on the trapdoor.
Okay?
It's a 16.
Nope. That's an 18.
No, I'm saying your die.
So the trapdoor itself is a crate that tips back. And when you look down, you see a chute that goes down about 10 feet into the dark.
But we can see down there.
Yes.
What's in the bottom?
See
A
anything?
floor. And a tunnel.
We should probably go get Korri.
Are you going to get Korri, or are you just going to leave her here at the roadhouse?
Yeah, we'll go get Korri.
Okay. Let's do that. So you guys are going to go back and get Korri now, correct? Before you proceed and leave her here?
Yep.
Okay. Korri's got questions for you, given that she
Korri?
spent the afternoon healing this poor woman.
Korri, I've done something bad. I need help.
What have you done? What have you done?
The remnants of Drown kind of took over, and I named that lady after she kept chasing me and attacked me. Well, attacked me and then chased me.
Well, I hope at least you maimed her while courageously fighting in battle, right?
Well, I was trying to run away, and then I kept trying to get her to stop.
Okay. And then what happened?
This is like a mother talking to a child.
She kind of approached me like that, to be fair.
I'm trying to grovel.
So, and then what happened?
Well, I knocked her out to tie her up to bring her back and brought her back up to the cell so we could get more information about the dragon cult, which we've been following.
Okay.
This is the first time Leaky's heard any of this.
And then she started, I think then Leaky showed up, and she started screaming, because I wasn't sure if you guys had any other questions for her. And then it just went downhill, and everything kind of blacked out.
So I imagine, by some miracle, this woman lost her tongue while fighting in battle, right?
I think so.
I'm going to do a insight check.
I'm going to do a religion check, because I feel dirty just sitting over here. I failed the check.
So my insight check ended up being Oh, goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
Yes, exactly. My insight is a 11.
My wisdom is 14.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to, I guess, I believe you. That was quite a slash you happened to hit in the middle of battle then.
And perfectly cauterized the wound.
Yeah, Leaky, make things better.
So how did the wound get cauterized?
I don't remember. I blacked out.
Tyr, help me.
Either way, can you help me get better and be a better person?
I will teach you the ways of Tyr, but this must never happen again.
Just don't leave me. You're like my moral compass.
It'll happen again.
My strong paladin ways are making me question my decision to stay on this quest. But for now, I will decide to continue. Because you seem like you are at least moderately repentant.
Leaky has no excuse other than he got excited.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry.
Tyr, why? Why do you test me so? Alright, what are we doing?
She did tell me,
Was this before or after you cut her tongue out? I'm not gonna let this go for a little while.
we found a trapdoor down in the warehouse?
Yes,
In the warehouse.
Strong room.
in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the warehouse strong room.
On the fly, on the log, in the swamp, in the bog.
And the green grass grows all around.
And around, and around,
she
and
said-
around.
Yes, let's bring this back to lightheartedness.
Trapdoor. Thank you. And that's where there's a trapdoor down in the strong room, which is where Josie said that the dragon cultist was hiding their crates. There's no crates in the strong room that have anything of interest, but there's a trapdoor in a tunnel.
You are lucky that the evilness of the dragon cult surpasses the actions in which you have done today. Alright, let's go give it a go.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go back down to the trapdoor.
Yep.
Yep.
Make a stealth check to cross the courtyard again.
Now this is where it's gonna get tricky. Stealth's not good.
Mine's good. I'm over 20.
I got 16.
19.
Okay. You make your way into the strong room and then down the chute, which has a ladder, like a rope ladder tied to the side of it. And at the bottom is a mud floor, very wet, meaning that there's been water in here recently. Unfortunately for Korri, it means she's got to double over, basically, or crawl. But it's a low 4.5 foot high tunnel. And it cuts away into the dark, and you can't see where it goes. It's that deep.
I have to stoop a little bit.
Mildly. You're tall for a dwarf. So,
It only goes one direction. Like, there's only one.
it goes in one particular direction, yeah.
Okay.
No forks. So, you can proceed down the tunnel if you want.
Is it lit?
No, it's pitch black. You can't
You
see
don't
down
have
the tunnel.
dark vision, right?
I light a torch for Korri.
Okay.
I hand it
Are
to
you-
Korri.
They're really sucking up to you right now. They're really trying to sweeten you up.
I give them the disappointed mom look.
Fair enough.
I asked Korri if later she can teach me how to repent.
I was thinking that was going to go in a different way.
Yes.
What?
I'm not going to say that on recording. Not for Diecast, at least.
So the tunnel goes for a long time. It's braced here and there with stone, with wood. In some places it gets really narrow, and Korri, with her girth, struggles to get through. But eventually, about a quarter mile down the tunnel, you come to a hillside, and it just kind of like spits out above a creek. And all of a sudden, you're in the open air. And you look down, and you see tracks.
Follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks.
Okay.
Do we have to do a nature check?
I was like, can I do
Survival check.
Survival check.
would that be nature to figure out what tracks they are?
Yeah.
Of 10.
Those are distinctly reptilian tracks, but not kobold.
So dragon cult.
I got an 18 on nature.
18 on nature?
Yep.
They're big enough that they should be humanoid-sized reptiles of some sort.
Dragon cult.
Lizard people.
Well,
Something like that.
or the dragon people.
The half dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are they called?
Yeah, could be half dragons. So something like that, but not high enough to know specifically what they are without having seen them before. So the tracks lead away onto a trail that, because you have an Outlander with you, you realize is marked with scorch marks on trees very quickly. So you don't really struggle to follow this trail. Okay? However, it's dark. Do you guys want to camp here?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, we probably should.
We might
Okay.
lose the trail though.
Well, it's blazed onto
It's
the trees.
burned into the trees.
No, but the further longer we wait, the further they get away.
You can't see.
We're not in the dark anymore. It's nighttime dark.
But you're also in a swamp.
Fine.
You,
All right, we
you're
can camp.
moving through hazardous terrain in the dark. So, okay, you guys are going to camp. You need your long rest. Now's your time to get it. You should probably sit and think about what you did. And Leaky, I don't know. I guess you can think about the job you just lost. I don't. It was the best. of
Leaky
times.
I'm gonna mourn over the soapboxes.
And I think I'm going to spend at least some of my long rest praying to Tyr for guidance.
Okay. In the middle of the night, you hear skittering footsteps coming up along the trail, and all of a sudden, 6 green, 5.5 foot tall, red frilled lizard people bust into your little camp, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And they attack. Roll for initiative.
11.
13.
23.
11, 13, 23. Like that. So that this is
for
my
you,
order.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then they rolled lower. I had them pre-programmed. Okay. So there are 6 of these lizard-like hominids and or humanoids. And Leaky, it's difficult to surprise you at the best of times, but what do you do first?
Who are you?
They screech at you and gibber and swing their swords at you. Korri?
So I guess
Ow!
we're going into battle. Actually,
Salutations, fellow reptiles.
yeah. I'll swing at one of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're charging at you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my great sword.
Okay.
Actually, can I have a dice box, please? 24.
That's a hit.
And I do 13 damage.
Okay. Not a bad blow. Okay. So that makes it Cesaria's turn. What are you going to do? You got 6 lizard people holding shields and clubs and with big red frills charging at you.
And you can do sneak attack because they're within 5 feet of an ally.
Yeah, but they just surprised us, didn't they?
No, they didn't surprise you.
Oh.
They were noisy coming down the trail. They weren't concealing themselves because they didn't expect you to be there.
Oh, I thought they...
So, and Korri kind of stepped up to the crowd. So you have you can do the sneak attack with advantage or the advantageous rules for you this time.
Let's see if I even hit them. 17?
That's a hit.
Okay. 6, 12, 13, 14.
You hitting the one that she hit?
Yeah.
Dead. Strike 1 dead.
And then can I... Well, if they're all within the range, I don't have to disengage.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay,
You're good.
their turn.
So,
Yeah. Yep. So then that makes it their turn. So they're gonna primarily attack the 2 of you since he was like waving at them, and then you realized what was going on and moved to help. So, I have no idea what you were doing. Befuddles me, but okay. So they make 2 melee attacks, each one with a different weapon. So they try to bite you, and they also try to club at you. And occasionally they may try to spike shield at you. So the first bite is going to go at Korri. It's going to attempt to what? Biting you first. I don't know. They got like alligator faces. Their attempt to bite misses, and so does their attempt to use their club on you, because your armor class is not 13, right?
Mine, I'm sorry. Mine is 16.
Okay, so
both
they
of ours
miss.
are 16.
You should probably write that on the back of the cards.
I was going to, but I forgot. Second one hits you though for 4 damage,
Okay.
and That one misses. Okay. Next one's going to go for Cesaria. It's going to try to hit her with a spiked shield. 18?
Yep.
Okay. It does 8 damage.
Ow.
That spiked tortoise shield is pretty strong. And then it makes a biting attack. It critically failed.
It bites itself.
Yeah, it bit its lip.
Cracks the tooth.
Bites the shield.
Bit its... Well, whatever. I don't have to explain myself to you. That one missed. That one missed, Cesaria. Okay. Next one's going to roll a Korri. I'm almost to the bottom of the roll. Okay, that one hit you, but it did 2 damage. It hit you with his little club. So it dented one of your hip pads, maybe.
I go and pat it on the head.
That's a reasonable reaction. And the last one,
That's
Cesaria
adorable.
rolled a 19, and it does 5 damage. And that was with its bite. It's gnawing you. Leaky.
Hit them.
Leaky's angry now.
Friends? No friends.
Leaky's gonna use a rage.
And this is where things get real.
He's gonna throw the boot bolo at one of them and try and tie it up.
Okay.
That didn't go with poor Croaky.
I thought that went with Croaky.
I believe it did go with Krogi. I think he took it as a memorial.
Did he?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh. Okay.
No boop
You
bolo.
reach for the belt, for the boot bellow on your belt, but it's just not there anymore. You get an itchy trigger finger, but instead you grab.
The scratchy axe. That is a 26.
Okay, but not natural.
No.
No extra dice this time.
15 damage
Wow.
for the first
Okay.
attack.
Are you hitting the one with the broken tooth or one of the others?
Whichever one's closer to me.
Okay.
And then swing number 2 is a dirty 20
All right, that's a hit.
for 11 more damage.
Okay, that one's dead. So Winky has felled one of the lizard people. He looks down. Do you have anything to say to him?
Friend!
He doesn't shake his head or reproach you at all. So I guess it's a tacit yes. It's a maybe. It's a maybe on Fantasy Book. Okay, that makes it Corey's turn. Korri, you've got a crowd of these little weirdos around you.
All right. I guess I'm swinging.
Yep, they're all yelling in Draconic. You can't really understand them.
Natural 20.
Wow, okay.
So the first one is +5 plus 11. So 22.
Kills him.
Goodbye, lizard friend.
Wow.
No smiting involved, huh?
No.
No angry enmity or whatever it was called?
Vow of enmity?
Yeah.
No, not in this case. I didn't need it, apparently.
No, you just blew him up.
It was sort of calm. They're all kind of shorter than me. I'm a little less intimidated by them than some of the other things that
So
we've
do you
encountered.
want to describe the death stroke there?
So the lizard person comes and his little red flare thing like sticks up all of a sudden, and I very calmly pat his head with one hand, and then swing my greatsword with the other.
Did you just behead him?
I might have.
Good. All right.
Did you grab a hold of the hair while you were doing it?
No,
so you could
no,
hold
it was
the head
a
up?
very gentle pat.
Oh.
Like sweet boy, silly boy.
Wait, they have mohawks?
They've got frilly mohawks, yeah.
Oh.
Be careful, though. They can use doorknobs.
What?
Okay, next. That makes it Cesaria's turn. They're still engaged with them, so we punish them with all the dice.
13?
Not a hit. Bounces harmlessly off the shield. All right.
I collect my handful of die, sadly.
There are 3 of them left, so one's going to hit Korri, one's going to hit Cesaria, one's going to hit Leaky. So
Should
Korri
use
will
bonus
deal with your
action
dice at
hide.
the same time. Bite and club. 17 hits you?
Yes.
Okay, does 4 damage.
Okay.
Cesaria, dealing with them same time. Spike shield and the club. And neither of them's high enough to hit you. It's the highest is 13. So.
Woo.
Leaky?
Yeah.
He's biting at you and he's going to try to hit you with his club. It's
Okay.
a very strange mechanical motion for a creature. Highest roll was 19.
Nope.
All right. Unfortunately, his teeth are not sharp enough to get to your tanned hide. So, all right. That makes it Leaky's turn.
I'm going to swing at the one that just tried to bite me.
Okay, he's got a broken tooth. It's a bad day.
Okay.
He's gonna make it worse.
14.
It's not a hit.
What?
lifts his shield up in time to repel your scratchy axe.
That one is.
That's a 25.
Sweet tear. Proceed.
12 damage.
All right, he has taken 14 total. Not real happy. He throws up his frill, which is bigger than your frill, and he warbles at you. And that makes it Korri's turn.
I tried to warble.
Actually, for my turn, I'm going to cast
We
a
just
spell
don't
to
have
hold.
towards.
I'm going to cast a spell to hold person.
Okay.
Because we're going to want to talk to one of these guys by the end.
Probably, yeah.
And before you two monsters destroy another person for no reason,
I hang my head in shit.
I decide that I'm going to hold a person.
Okay, what does that mean?
I was trying, but I gave my boot bolo away.
So, it's choose a humanoid that you can see within range, and the target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'd like to consider more that you passed it on. The boot bolo. Oh yeah, they failed. He got a 4.
So he is held.
So he freezes like a lizard, like one eye and then the other. He's like, licks his eye.
Yes. Like a deer in the headlights.
How many are left?
2.
The one she's holding.
One she's holding, broken tooth. Actually, so 3. So the one she's holding. So there's 2 active left. One is right in front of you. She's engaged with that one. He's engaged with the other. Proceed.
Oh.
Bad roll.
I fall down.
Whoops.
Critical fail.
Bummer. All right. That makes it their turn. So one's going to roll with advantage against you. Hold person is stuck.
They
so-
have to roll
I don't think I can
a
bonus
Wisdom
action
saving throw to
after
see if
that.
they can break it.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Next one's going to roll with advantage against Cesaria since she's butt down on the ground. So, first, an 8 and a 7. And then their second attack, that was 23. But he does a whopping 4 damage. 4 damage. So you're down on the ground. Unfortunately, his hue is not very strong. And that makes it the one that's attacking Leaky's turn. 23.
That's a hit.
7 damage. So that one hits you with his club.
But you take half
Bangs you
that,
right on the head.
4.
Doesn't like your frill. He flattens it. Okay, your turn.
Am I still all muddy?
Probably.
You're never in a state of real cleanliness.
unless
Can
the
that be a
sky
punishment
showers
of
come.
Tear?
Unless the sky
bathe
bath comes.
Leaky?
Yeah.
The baptism.
Okay. So that makes it my turn?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm not happy. Fix my mohawk really quick.
It's like a bonus action to like lifeguard it back into place.
Yep.
Are you using the mud as hair gel?
Maybe. 13.
It's not a hit.
Wow. I've done a lot of damage. 17.
That's a hit.
For 13 damage.
That's a killing stroke.
I lop his head off and grab a hold of his frill before it falls.
The rest of the body thumps to the ground. It blinks at you, one eye and then the other.
Leaky looks at it confused.
Okay, Korri, your turn. You got your holding.
I'm
one.
holding, so it's concentration. The only way that it breaks is if they pass it on their turn.
So you're making like a weird body motion, like you're like. Oh, okay, so she's magnetoing at it. Cesaria, your turn. You got the one that's active in front of you.
22.
That's a hit.
Yay! 10. 26.
Damage is
Yeah.
a killing stroke.
Yeah.
So from 0 to 26 is a killing stroke. Do you care to narrate what you just did?
I was very angry at it, so I chopped off I went down its frill.
That'll do it. Its brain is right below that usually.
Yep.
It flops over dead, and all of a sudden, everybody's eyes lock on Korri, who's like doing that weird magneto thing with the other one that's like blinking one eye and then the other. The issue is it's really dumb. It's also holding its breath. So what do you want to do?
I yell at it to breathe.
So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna motion or speak. Actually, I don't know if I can do either of those things, but I'm really gonna hope one of you guys pick up on the idea that you gotta go hold on to it.
Leaky goes and tackles it.
That's better.
Okay. So we're making a strength grapple.
Yeah, and I'm raging,
Well,
so I get
it's-
advantage.
Great.
It's already also kind of incapacitated, so I don't know how much of a...
It's like mesmerized.
Well, your other rolls. An 18.
That's 22.
Okay, so you've grappled it. You've restrained it.
I've tackled it to the ground.
So you've restrained it. Okay, it's incapacitated.
Are we still in combat?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
All right, so
I fear to ask this, but what now?
So I say to the lizard person, do you speak common?
It goes.
So no.
Kind of lightly smack its head against the...
One of them said, what are you doing here, though?
But that one's not this one. Listen,
Does anybody speak Draconic?
Lizard Bob went to Waterdeep Community, and he learned a little common there. It was part of his exchange program. Lizard Phil, he doesn't speak common. You guys speak Draconic?
Nope. I barely speak
Common, Elvish, and Dwarvish.
I actually don't know what my third language is. Apparently I didn't plug it in, but I'm not
We're
going to
not
play. I'm not
retconning
gonna
it
play.
now.
No, I'm not going to play with it now. So nobody speaks it, apparently. So...
Can I rip its face off?
Wow, that was direct. Moral lesson. We don't rip faces off.
We don't rip the faces off random lizard people.
But it's trying to kill me!
Not right now, it's not.
Only because I'm sitting on it!
If we are doing the courageous and the just thing, we do not deface our enemies that are already being restrained.
But if I get up,
Then
it's going to
keep-
attack me. And I'm not sitting here all night.
Keep sitting on it while I try
Knock
and
it out
question it.
and
No,
we'll-
don't knock it out yet. I want to try and talk to it again.
Okay. I feel like this episode should be titled "How to Be a Good Person."
Korri's exacerbation.
I'm gonna
Korri's
use
trial.
to be insight to see if he could.
No, insight is when you're trying to
No.
figure out if someone's telling the truth or not.
Well, that's kind of what it would be to see if he actually
I would
spoke
like to
another language
I'd
or
like
if he
to
was
search
just
the
hissing.
body, see if there's any orders or anything on him.
Okay. So you're gonna search.
The other bodies?
No, this.
Yours would. I
all
think
of
it
them, I
would be
guess.
an insight to see whether or not it understands.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Okay,
That's what I was
so
trying
we're
to
gonna
go
roll
with
an
was-
insight check. Okay.
19.
It has no spark of comprehension. It just wants to kill and eat all three of you.
And I got a 3 on investigation, I guess, on the bodies.
Nothing that you can find. They are wearing necklaces with like beads and wood and little bits of mirror and some glass that is obviously like cheap human make. Obviously doesn't belong on a tribal warrior, but they got it somewhere. But there's nothing saying where they came from, what they're doing out here, what they want.
Investigation 25.
What are you investigating?
The bodies in the surrounding area.
Well, the same thing.
Same
There's
thing?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing
Okay.
identifying here. So you still have this one that Leaky's just sitting on top of.
I tried, Korri. It doesn't understand us.
So I think we should probably knock it out so that it comes to after we leave.
Okay.
Lee bashes its head off the ground.
All right, it stops squirming and hissing at you, but it's still conscious. So
Still conscious?
Well,
Still alive.
still alive, still vital, unconscious though. Okay, so you've knocked.
Leaky cautiously gets off it. It might be playing possum.
Well, it's not a mammal. It can't play possum. So you've knocked out Lizard Phil. That's what we're choosing to call him for now. What do you want to do now? You can see the trail. I guess you could leave him there. It's almost dawn.
Might as well go. We want to leave before he wakes up.
I don't know. I knocked him out pretty good.
Is there anything else you want to do before we leave?
No.
Should we, like,
Kind of hungry, though.
no. Should we tie his feet so that way he can't run after us?
I mean,
and like,
we'd have to bind his whole being. He might die like that.
yeah, true. Can we at least scoot him off the edge of the road?
Either that or you're going to have to wait till he wakes up to give him an honorable battle of death.
Granted, there's so much body parts of his friends here that trying to hide him off the edge of the road wouldn't really matter.
No, it would not.
No,
Okay.
this is a meat salad you guys just left.
So I guess we just proceed down the
Okay.
trail.
We continue.
I was gonna try and like clean up the tracks so that way others wouldn't come down.
Well,
and,
I mean, it was a hidden, sneaky track to begin with, so.
That's true.
so we didn't get like bombarded from behind.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't matter.
All right, actually, I think we should end the episode there before we proceed on this trail, because the next segment is its own thing.
Okay.
I am Travis. I am the Dungeon Master and producer of the podcast.
I am Kyle Newcomb. I play Leaky, exile of the Golden Tur clan.
I am Jen. I play Cesario, the rogue cleric.
I am Lindsay. I play Korri Gothic-Kanathi.
Thank you for listening.
Bye!
The Canon Fodder Diecast is a D&D 5e actual play podcast. The intro and outro tracks are composed by Kevin MacLeod and used within their Creative Commons licenses. For more info, visit www.canonfodderpodcast.com or follow us on Twitter at CanonFodderPod, and that's CANON. If you like what we're doing, please leave a review on iTunes, or consider supporting us on the Canon Fodder Podcast Patreon page. And thank you for listening.
Scratchy Crab, you're the one. You make soap time lots of fun.
Wouldn't it be plural though? Because I have 12 of them.
I imagine you're just playing with one at a time, though. I mean, you can't have
Pick
like
up
all
a line, you pick it up, play with
like
it.
if you're playing with rubber duckies in the bathroom.
You're not having
only
a scratchy
playing with
crab
one.
orgy.
Yeah.
Not an episode title. Not an episode title.